morning, Rabbi Isai. Breakfast is sponsored by Peretz Chaim Levin, 5 years and counting. Mazel Tov, he's here right next to me. Wow, it's beautiful. Celebrating our Daf anniversary with Shimi Leifman and Kobe Moses. Our boys have big Mazel Tov to the MDY Mishpacha, Kobe Goldschmidt, the Hebrew staff, the baby girl. Mazel Tov. I had a much better one to show you, but I'll show you this. But listen. Why weren't you here yesterday? You have to coordinate. Arya wasn't here, you weren't here. I want to show you what it looks like when the two of you aren't here.
It's boring, what?
No. Boy, Sai, maybe help me out over here. I need help. Chadesh Yom Ereinu. Chadesh Yom Ereinu. See what's going on here? The matzah is bad. You guys, no, Doyle should be embarrassed there. I'm the only one singing. No, I just want to show you how it's done.
That's why.
I'll show you the same song. We did it again. I told them in Hebrew. Just pretend. How hard is it to say V'nashim? Okay.
That's all no one knows.
You know what? Let's sing a song that everybody knows. Let's see. We'll try it out. Let's go. What do you got? That's the whole thing?
Oh, it is.
Oh. Everybody. But I said all I need is one Irish time and then I'm good. Yeah. Rabbi say here's an elderly gentleman in the train station of Be'er Sheva doing the daf. These guys are where a lot of us would want to be today. In the Alps. In Austria, I don't know where. But they're by themselves. This I love. I spoke to the owner of Romamu probably 3 years ago about this idea. Yeah, I was in his house schmoozing with him. He was talking to me about the screen, getting a screen, not getting a screen. I don't think it ever worked out. Schmackers awesomer day camp of Camp Aguda Midwest. In South Haven. They put the screen there and they're doing the daf. And then this one, they're watching one of the videos and they all clap. I thought it was very cute. This is actually a video I didn't show in the English here.
Here you go, sweetheart. Do you want me to cut it for you?
No need. Shibure okun kandami fratai dami.
All right, every camp should have that. Here we have, in Baltimore, it's hard to see, but there's a bunch of people there watching the shear at a satellite location. I don't know where he is. Oh, this gives me a lot of nachas. Chaim Levy is one of the sponsors. I met him for the first time in Austria, and he's mamish into the daf. It's gewaldig. Every day there's a picture, there's something. I'm also very into wood. And this exotic wood in the background, it takes away from the picture a little bit because I'm focused on that. Look at that, it's crazy. I don't know if you guys, you're not Mevinim. Okay, fine. The official edition of MDY Shas, the Mesechta Zevin Yal Shulov, the Perik by Yitzi Hollander, Lilishma Soret Sira Bas Dovber, Daf Ayin Hey, by Nissim and Esther Akilov in honor of the Akilov family. The Mesechta by David Salom, dedicated in memory of Avi Mari, Reb Shmuel Baruch, Reb Chaim Tzvi Doiv Zechron Livracha. The Palestine Family Foundation, may our Libat Torah during the 3 weeks bring us closer to Yemei Geula B'Simcha, Anonymous Atzlacha Baruchnis of Begashmis, and thank you to Chief Benny. Shmuel and Ahova Schuster for continuing Atzlacha Nachas from our children. Anonymous for complete Refuah Shleim and Arichas Yom and Talei Bas Esther. You're eating those vegetables. Okay. Chaim and Leah Levy in honor of the MDY family. Anonymous for my birthday and as chus for the Atzlacha of my family. Baruchni Begashmi. Ari Simon, Refuah Shleim Avi Mori Baruch Ben Miriam. Multi-sponsor Anonymous, Nishmas Yonatan Eitan Ben Mordechai Zev, Akoyin Zechron Livracha. The Tzvi is Nishmas Yonatan Eitan Ben Mordechai Zev, Akoyin Zechron Livracha. The Spanish cheer sponsor big Refuah Shleim to a close friend, Naftali Harris Ben Chai Pesio, the West Hampstead MDY Chevra. Nishmas Yonatan Eitan Ben Mordechai Zev, Akoyin. We mourn the loss of a beloved son of our Kehila. Spanish cheer sponsor weekly Anonymous in honor of Honor Ergalimidi. Daily sponsors, Ari Siegel, happy birthday, Avram Yehuda, Lifshitz, love your kids, the Siegel family. Peretz Chaim Levin, in honor of 5 years and counting, celebrating our DAF anniversary with Shimi Leifman and Kobe Moses. Shkoyach, Yoli Friedman, in honor of my dear friend Yossi Weiss, who just donated a kidney to a stranger. 5 years, 5 years, it's hitting me now, 5 years, that's how long it is. Almost all Shas. Another 2 years, hold on. You gotta do more now. You gotta pick it up. I feel like you're schwaching out. You gotta...
Not schwaching.
500 a month you need. 100 a month is not enough. Yeah.
We have some...
I haven't seen you in front of a supermarket in a long time.
The problem is that there's not...
There's no problem, there's only solutions. Yeah, what?
You know, the Gemaras aren't available for me to do it because they're... So I don't have Gemaras with me, but
that's the problem.
My pictures that I have Gemaras with me.
You mean before it starts? Yeah, we're always a shtickle late. Okay, we're gonna fix that. Anonymous, the schus Shmira for David Aryeh ben Rivka, who's donating a kidney this morning. What's going on here with the kidneys? 2 in a row. It's the same person, the same thing. Who?
2 different people. One gave.
No, maybe one gave and one get it? No, it was donating. One donated and one is donating. And just yesterday, was that you with the donation cap? That was you, Kessler from, so that's 3. When did you donate?
2 years ago.
But I'm saying, I heard about it within 24 hours. I met you with the cap. Yitzi Goldstein, 1 year of consistent yoimi. Thank you, Hashem, for Hillel K and Reb Ari for the push that changed my life. You hear this?
You still carry this around. You still carry these around.
Oh, those are the... Yitzi Goldstein, 1 year of consistent yoimi. Thank you, Hashem, for Hillel. Hillel K, where is he? He's gone. He's LA. Reb Ari, I guess Reb Ari, Ben Shushan, for the push that changed my life. MDYR month. L'Refuah Shnei Mordechai ben Esther. L'Refuah Ayel Daniel Zev ben Ayel Esther. This morning, I decided to make a list of things that we might be talking about. And when I got to the bottom of Amud Aleph, I came up with 11 different things. I only wrote down 7. Here they are. Some fascinating stuff. Whoa, what is this? No, that's not it. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, okay. Now it's better. Question number 1 is, when you do a pidyon chamar, you have a donkey and you have to redeem it with a sheep. Torah says that the sheep. Question number 1, can you redeem it with a ben pekua? Is a ben pekua available for that? Question number 4, can you redeem a donkey with a sack of potatoes? A sack of potatoes. Rabbi say, could you redeem a donkey with a sack of potatoes? What's the answer? You say no? Anybody want to say yes? Just so we have machlokes?
Yes.
Yes. Then, so why does the Torah say that only with a seh? So the answer is because if the value of the sack of potatoes is equal to the donkey or more, then you could use a sack of potatoes. You could use anything. It's when it's less, then you're allowed to use a sheep. That's for. Another thing, a carbon. You cannot bring a carbon that was born through a cesarean. I'm just saying things that we're not so aware of. Amud Aleph. Here's a crazy one. Listen to this. An animal that's alive, could it be Makabel Tumah? No, it's alive. What is the case that an animal that's alive could be Makabel Tumah? He goes into a mikvah, he's walking around, he walks into a mikvah, so now he's Mukshal Makabel Tumah, and now he can become Tameh, a live animal. You ever heard of a live animal that's Tameh? A ben pekua. Those who learned the daf before know, yeah. I'm not saying you learned it today, but you went through the cycle. Yeah, I know. Yes, I was watching your eyes. And here's another one. This is crazy. What about a fish? Fish is makabel tumah. It's a food. What about a live fish? Can a live fish be makabel tumah? It's more ridiculous stuff. It's great stuff that we're going to be learning about. Huh?
Very hard for it too. It's in water constantly.
Now, what about the fat of a mother? The fat of a uber, it says over here. Chelev, ha'uber I wrote here, but okay, so gotta write uber. The fat of a fetus, does it have halacha like a behemoth or like a chaya? Very big nafkamina. And also, when you bring the fat of a carbon onto the mizbeach, all carbonates, and you find that there's a uber inside the animal, do you have to bring that fat onto the mizbeach? And the answer is no. You're also a Kessler?
Yeah.
You look very familiar. We met.
Sure.
In Queens? Where do we meet?
No, one of the sales
Shalom Aleichem. Where do you live?
in Telstone.
Oh, how are you related?
Father.
Wow, that's a young-looking father. Wow. And you live in Texas? Houston. Beautiful. And you're related to the other Kesslers? There's a guy that's like, not a handyman, a mechanic. Who's that? It's your brother. Uvalde. Oh, so he's the one that I met in Queens, maybe.
Yes.
That was a long time ago. The Kesslers.
It's all coming together.
It's Mamsh all coming together. Zichru. Put him in a funny...
Mechanic.
All right. Fine. So now that we know what we're about to encounter here, Iboilu. Ma'u livdois beben pekua. When we have a pidyon petach hamar, like this, so you have a donkey, and you redeem the donkey with a sheep. But what if the sheep was found inside a mother who was shechted? Are you allowed to use that for pidyon petach hamar? Now, obviously, We're talking about a ben pekua that's worth how much? Less or more than the donkey? Must be less. Because if it's worth more, then there's no question. I can use tissues, I can use potatoes, anything. Does this have a halacha of a seh, of a sheep? Ali, but the Remeir, Leiti Bailach. Remeir holds that a full-term fetus that was born, that he found, a ben pekua, requires a shechita. It's not considered a ben pekua, Leiti Bailach. It's not even a question. Kivin da'amar ton shechita, since it requires shechita, sel ma'ayahu, so it's a regular sheep. So you could do it. You could use it as a pidyon chamar. Kiti bailach. But where's the question? I leave it to Rabbanon. The Amri shchita sima mitahartoi. According to Rabbanon, that say that even a full-term fetus is considered a ben pekua. My kivin the Amri shchita sima mitahartoi kebisra b'dikulahu. Let's just consider it like a bunch of meat packaged up, ready to go. It's in a pot. You can't use chopped meat for pidyon pet chamar. And that's what it is. Yes, it's walking around, but it's edible meat. It's not packaged meat, it's running around, it's jumping. So this is a regular sheep. That's the Gemara's kasha. We have a machlekes. Why do you say that you can't use it? The Gamras says mipsachim. You're learning from Korban Pesach. The what? Korban Pesach, it says in the pasuk, by all korbanos, shar oy chesev oy eis ki yivalid. It must be born. There's another halacha that we're going to learn today. But it has to be born. It can't be cesarean. So memela what? This animal, this ben pekua, was it born? No. So memela, you can't use it. And you learn from Pesach that you can't use it. But if you're going to learn from Korban Pesach, so let's make a complete comparison, the pidyon chamar to the Pesach. We know that a Korban Pesach must be a male, tamim without a mum, uben shana has to be less than a year. Afkan zachar tamim uben shana. So too, by the pidyon petach chamar. Says Gemara tivda riba, you're right, you should, but there's a special riba that by pidyon and chamar that you could use even something that doesn't have all the attributes of a Korban Pesach. It could be an akeva, not a tamim. A tivda riba, I feel called milei nami. So then add in also the ben pekua. Maybe you should be able to use a ben pekua. And Cain says, I have another drush for says to take something off. I'm going to remove the ben pekua from there. Something that wasn't even on the list. We're talking about tumah and tahara. It's not a very complicated topic. It starts off on the top, aviyah v'isatuma. That person is avatuma. Then it goes down. It keeps on going down. In other words, if you were to touch the top thing, aviyah v'isatuma, so you drop down one level, you become avatuma. There's certain things that start off as avatuma, like that sheretz, a zav is avatuma. If you touch a zav touches you, you drop down one level and you become a rishon. A rishon has the zav has the ability to be metama, even a kli, even a vessel or a person. A person or a vessel that's a rishon and touches something else, food, then that food drops down one level and becomes a sheni. So the question is, what if a dead rat, a dead lizard, touches a mother animal that was shechted, and inside her stomach there's a ben pekua? Do we view the ben pekua and the mother as one? So when the sheretz touches the mother, she becomes a rishon, and the ben pekua remains a rishon. It's like if I'm touching an apple, on the outside of the apple, so the entire apple, inside everything, the seeds, they all become a rishon. You don't say, oh, the outside is a rishon, the inside is a shein. Or we view the mother and the fetus as two separate entities, and therefore when I touch the mother with a dead rat, she becomes a rishon, the baby drops down to a sheni. The baby's touching the rishon. Huh?
But it's not iPhone.
I hear. What?
Is it considered an iPhone?
Let's see. Iboilu. Ma'al limno is boy rishon v'sheni. Do we consider two separate entities? Rabbi Yochanan Amar moinim boy rishon v'sheni is considered two separate things. You don't. In other words, they're both the same. Rabbi Yochanan says the two separate entities. Rabbi Shlokish says no, it's one. Nasa ke'egois hamiskashkesh bikli pasay. It's like this. So yeah, even though this is like a fetus inside a stomach, even though it's separate, but it's not separate. It's within the klipa. Eisvei. Tuma blua, I mean, there's no tuma to the entire animal. You touch the skin, the whole thing, the heart becomes tummy, everything becomes tummy. It's one entity, it's one thing. The apple also, it's tuma blua, the inside shouldn't become tummy. So, Eisver Rav Shimon ben Lakish le Rabbi Yochanan. Habasar maganavela. We had this before. After you shech the mother, you cut off this leg that's protruding. The rest of the fetus becomes tummy. Habasar maganavela divrei meir. There's just machlokes in the Mishnah. What kind of tumah? Chachamar magan treifa shchuta. It's the tumah of a treifa. The Gemara asked, treifa is not a tameh. The Gemara says the rabbanon. Okay, but there's a little bit of a tumah. So the Gemara asks a simple question. If you say it's one entity, how do this kasha be done with the imay? In order for something to become tameh, you have to have hechsher tumah. You have to make it prepared. You have to prepare it for tumah. How do you prepare it? You pour on it one of the 7 liquids. One of the 7 liquids is the blood of the shechita. So there's blood of the shechita on the mother, and that works also for the baby. But if you say it's 2 separate entities, b'mais kasher, how did the baby become prepared to receive the tumah? It didn't have one of the 7 liquids. This is also Rabbi Isai. We said then, I don't know if anybody will remember, what daf of Masechtas Chullin do we have? Shitas Reb Shimon bar Yochai. If you remember, Daf Lamed Gimel, we had a whole sugya about Reb Shimon bar Yochai, whether or not the actual shechita is enough to be machshir, to prepare the animal for tumah. Even if there's no blood during the shechita, we discussed how is it possible even to shech an animal if you don't hit the jugular, if it lost a lot of blood, whatever the case is, you shechted it and no blood came out. Is that a mushal kabel tumah? There's no one of the 7 liquids. You don't have 7 liquids. It's okay. Reb Shimon bar Yochai says it's fine. What daf? Daf lamed gimel. Eisvei Rabbi Yochanan Reb Shimon ben Lakish. Avar benar huchshar. It says mefurish that it must go through the river, and when it goes through the river, this ben pakua guy, he becomes mushal kabel tumah. It's a crazy halacha. I mean, it's fascinating halacha, I should say. Crazy. You have a live animal. A live animal. Who ever heard of a live animal as tameh? Human beings become tameh. This is the first time I ever heard of a live animal that becomes tameh.
You don't have to shecht it, so I'm saying it's a strange thing. You don't even have to shecht it.
The whole ben pakua is fascinating.
Right, exactly.
Here you have a ben pakua, and you have them around. There's such a thing as ben pakua. They even have videos of ben pakua. Walking around, he's tameh. In other words, he touches anything, in time of Mashiach, they become tameh. It says, if he goes into a river, he becomes prepared. Before he goes into the river, no. But he's prepared through the river, he goes into a mikvah. Check this out, we even have a video of this.
But I thought I had to be on purpose to be
Yeah, you have to assume.
That was on
It's
purpose.
fine, it's on purpose. Here we go.
Today
this was on
is
purpose.
both your birthday and mother's yard site.
Yeah, because
So
he's a ben
we
pakua.
must
So the yard side and birthday on the same day.
in the mikveh.
In the mikveh. That's the Mukshal Kabal Tumah thing. The big guy he still has his lock on. It doesn't help him. It only helps a ben pakua. Chedva hapara, pointed b'chedva hapara. He touches
Why
it,
do
doesn't
they
come
call
from.
me Ben Pakua when my mother's name is Khadva?
So, says Rabbi Yochanan, I say the mother and the fetus are 2 separate entities, so therefore you have to dunk him in a mikvah. But according to you, that you say it's one entity. What's the problem? You already had his mushal kabel tumah through the blood of the mother. Says the Gemara, we're talking about a shechita that didn't have any blood at all. According to everybody else, that you need to have a liquid and the shechita itself is not good enough, so that's the problem here. But I want to mention that the Rebbe of all Klal Yisrael's Yortzeit is today, Rashi. Today's Rashi's Yortzeit. Man Tana over Beno Urshar. Who's the Tana that says that a Ben Pekua that has water on him and then he goes to a basic forest, he'll become Tomei? An animal goes to basic forest. An animal goes to Levaya, it becomes Tomei. Oh, that's a riddle. Where do you have an animal who goes to Levaya, becomes Tomei? Now we know. A Ben Pekua. Omer Rabbi Yochanan, Rabbi Yossi Aglili, the Sanya, Rabbi Shimon ben Elazar, Omer Mishum, Rabbi Yossi Aglili. Metame tu basoichlin v'tzor chechsher, this Ben Pekua, he's able to give over tumah to food, but on condition that you prepared him with one of the 7 liquids. Impossible. When you have a live animal, it can never become tamei. Rabbi Yochanan goes according to his own shita. Rabbi Yossi Aglili, which we just mentioned, and Bishamai also say the same thing. That what? We just said. Bishamai. Here's another fascinating halacha. I don't know. I don't remember this from last time around. When does a fish is food, when does a fish receive tumah? Unbelievable. You don't need to shecht it, you need to trap it. Why? There is no shechita on a fish, but it's alive. It's a live being and it's mekabel tumah. But only if it's in your net. If it's swimming around the ocean and it touches another dead fish, it doesn't become tamei. But if it's in a net, you know, these giant nets with thousands of fish and half of them are dead, so the ones that are alive just became tamei. Eliploim. So now you have a tamei fish zooming around in the ocean, touching other fish, makes everybody tamei. It's crazy. It's not true. They need to die.
Escapes from the net.
That's what I'm saying.
Afterwards.
That's exactly what I said.
You said he escapes?
No, I didn't say it, but that's what I meant. I said he's a live fish and he's back in the ocean. Because a lot of times they trap these fish and they say, wait a minute, this guy doesn't belong here. He's a dolphin. He's a dolphin. Boom, throw him back in.
Then that's it. You can never...
We're done. Then the whole ocean is a problem.
That's it.
Okay, but you have roives and you have this. Yeah, well, he's only if he touches Caleb, he touches I don't know what. Human beings try to ride a dolphin in Mexico. Maybe he touched the fish. Fine. According to Beis Shammai, we don't pass like this. They must die. Only one guy got this answer yesterday. Let's see if we could do better here. What simon? How do you know if a fish is alive or dead? How do you know if a fish is alive or dead? Who said it?
It goes against the...
If you could swim against the current, he's alive?
Only salmon.
No. But I'm saying if you see a fish going with the current, doesn't mean he's alive. He's just floating down the stream. So, you say a wilde zach. If you go against the stream, then you're alive. A lot of people are not going to like it. No, you got to go. You got to go with everybody. You got to be unique. You got to be unique within the box. You can be in the box and be unique. No?
Yes.
Okay. Everybody bring out the koiches. Doesn't mean you have to go against the gdolim or whatever. I mean, within the box, go against the stream. What?
To go.
You gotta go. Don't be. Oh, Rebbe Kiva Omer Mishoshe Ein Yicholim Lichyos. Beis Hillel say when they die. Rebbe Kiva says when they can't live any longer. What does that mean? My benayu. Omer Rebbe Yochanan Dag Mikarteya Ike benayu. This is not a great video, but just you know how the fish they jump around, they thrash around. So when they thrash around to a point where even if you toss them back into the water, I'm not a big fisherman, but you know there comes a point where this guy is not going to live anymore.
We lost him.
I used to have, when I lived in Brooklyn, I used to have small, tiny sharks like this big. And eventually I had to sell them when I was moving. I forgot, maybe I was moving to Chicago. And this big Italian guy with the chains, the whole thing, he comes, he bought all my sharks, but on condition that I bring them to his house. Big mistake, because I don't know how to transport small sharks. And they need like a big tank. I had a big tank and they're flying around back and forth, this big. And by the time I got to this house in Queens, they were all dead, basically. And I remember just grabbing one and like trying to get him to live, put him like, you try to get some water, some oxygen through his gills. Okay, anyway.
I never heard this. Never heard the story.
It's
Never told me this story.
What's this? I didn't know it's a story. It's a story?
Weird.
What do you do with sharks?
No, the truth is, they look like sharks, but they're really fresh water. They're like, I forgot what they're called. They're not really sharks, but they have they're basically mini sharks,
Sharklets.
but in fresh water. Okay, I forgot what they're called. I have some pictures I'll show you. It's called carp.
Salmon.
No. Mash, gray, the whole thing, gray. They have their back, the whole thing. They have, exactly, dorsal fin, the whole.
Are they worth anything? It's like, good night to sell.
Yeah, no, they cost, you don't see them around. They're probably like illegal to have also, you know, like, because they get into the system, they'll eat all the other, no, they're fine. Anyway, so, no, when I lived in Chicago, then I moved to Chicago, I had a saltwater tank. That's very, with all the, you know, all the colorful fish and I spoke about that once. They're very expensive. You buy a $500 fish, you put him in there, and then this little damsel, because the way to start it, you have a little damsel, it costs $10, but he's very, very hardy. He's very strong, and he could get your tank to the right pH level. You have to get it to the right. So you put these little fish in that cheap, and then eventually you put in the big one. The big ones cost $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $1,000 sometimes. You put it in, then this little mechutzef, this big, he comes and attacks the big guy, and he puts him in a corner. He doesn't let him come out of the corner, and within a few hours he dies. So boom, you see your $500 goes, and then you try to catch the small one and get him out of the tank. You can't. He's too fat. Kids, it's a whole. Weiter. You don't want to hear about fish. Okay, fine. No, I was always, I told you, scuba diving, this, that, the whole thing. When I was in the Magachir. Small sharks. Okay, Zog the Gemara.
This new thing, yes.
It's Chadash?
Yeah.
Small little in Brooklyn. Ask my wife about it. We'll have to find it. Sounds fishy, he says. We'll have to find the picture now. Now we have to find the picture that doesn't exist. Zog the Gemara. Oh, where are we? Another gewaltige kasha. Oh, listen to this. Rebbe Kiva says, did I even explain? According to Rebbe Kiva, as long as it's about to die, it's thrashing around. But if you put it back in, like the little shark, it has half-life, but no matter what, it's not going to live. You know this guy's a goner. So, according to Rebbe Kiva, that's already, it's, what do you call it? It's Makabal Tumah. It's Makabal Tumah, but it's alive. If it's not alive, it's Eni Yochel Lichyos. They still say, no, it has to be dead. You need zero pulse. According to Rebbe Kiva, even if it has a pulse, but you know that it's going to die within a minute or two, it's Makabal Tumah. But Rav Chizah comes to Rav Chizah and asks a kasha, what if a fish has a hook straight in the chveis in its mouth or in its heart? You know it's not going to live long. Is that Mikabel Tumah? Because according to Rebbe Kiva, anything that's about to die is not going to survive is Mikabel Tumah. This is no the bedogim simani treifa ma'u. Now simani treifa don't exist by fish. We don't have treifa. So the Gemara reminds us there's another machlokes we had. If a treifa means that it must die or not. By the way, just real quickly, because it's also a fascinating story in Tainus. The Rashi brings the Gemara. So you look it up, crazy story also. The Rashi says, what does it mean, Mikarteya? It has a size of a cell, like his scales become dry, size of a cell. And he brings the Gemara over there. The Gemara over there says, there's a person by the name of Rabbi Yossi Bar Ravin, who learned by Rabbi Yossi the Minyukras, something like that. And he was saying over this halacha that Rashi brings, that it has to be dry. How do you know it's dead? The scales become dry. So whoever it was over there tells him, why are you pretending that's your halacha? Rabbi Yossi Bar Ravin says this. He says, I'm Rabbi Yossi Bar Ravin. You're right. I'm saying my own shtickle Torah. I'm the one that was mechadish. He says, you're him. Don't you learn by Rabbi Yossi the Menyukras? So he says, I used to. I had to run away. So that's what's fascinating. Why did he run away? Because he says he has no Rahmanas on his own children. Famous story in Tainus. He said, what do you mean he doesn't have Rahmanas? The father walked away, Rabbi Oven, or Rabbi Yossi bar Oven, or Rabbi Yossi bar the Menyukras, walks away, and the employees say, we're hungry, we want to get paid. He said, no problem. He looks at the tree, he says, tree, give me some fruit. Poof, the fruit come out. He gave them all to eat. The father comes back and says, what happened? You don't want to get paid? He said, we got paid already. We got fruit from the tree. Your son made it. He says, he made the fruit come out early? Hashem should take him away early. Boom, done. The other story is that somebody tried to peek at his daughter. He said, I can't marry her. Let me just at least see her or whatever. So he said, oh, my daughter's machshel other people? Hashem take her. So just musagim. So I had to run away from him. He says, I can't learn Torah from him. Maybe I shouldn't have said that story. So it's intense. Yeah. Kol panim, says the Gemara. Whether you hold that a treifa could live, survive or not, that's not important. We understand that a treifa could only live maximum 12 months. An animal has a lot of life to it. Fish are considered, compared to animals, they don't have that much life. Why not? They can't survive on Earth. So it's hard to understand, for me at least. But you can't, a human being can't survive in the water. And then I looked, it's not for fun, I looked it up. I said, what's more powerful, a lion or a whale? So ChatGPT laughed at me. Mamash laughed. He goes, a whale could be, listen to this number. How many times larger is a whale than a lion? Just think, throw out a number, you're not going to believe it. 400 times larger than a lion. 400, yeah, I'm talking about a giant blue whale. 400, he says it's not even, he can't even make a scratch on him. Literally, nothing. He can bite, it won't even be a scratch. He'll give him a little flick with his tail, he'll die in a millisecond. Anyway, but that's the chiyus of the ocean. He says, no, there's no chiyus in the ocean. For whatever reason that means. So Memela what? Since it's considered dead, it doesn't have a life, so it's Mekabel Tuma. It's this treifa guy, it has a hook in its heart and his lung, I don't know what. And if you say that it doesn't have to survive, that's dafka treifa applies to animals. Then, since they don't have shchita, they don't have treifa, loy, teiku. Hitil refel. What?
The whole concept is Tumas Eichel. The second
No.
We're talking about Tumas Eichel.
Yeah, so.
So it's only when it's Eichel.
No, it's why is it not Eichel?
You saw me more earlier that it's B'shas Asifa. The second you do Asifa, you're able to eat a fish.
That's you're going into a technical thing. It's food for him, food for a dog, food for a guy. It's food. Your questions are not appropriate for Daf Yomi. Hitila Neifel.
I always went upstream.
Where were you yesterday?
Hitila Neifel. If an animal gives birth, miscarries, a non-full term animal, non-full. So it's an 8 month. When we're talking about a cow, 8 month is non-full term. So it's very interesting shaila here. Again, I'm talking about these are shaila. The whole parak is just interesting question after interesting question. The fat of an animal, we know of a behema is aser. It's the iser karis. Check this out. You get karis. Now the question is, the fat of this fetus, does it have a halacha of a behema, and therefore you get karis? Or does a halacha of an avela, of a chaya, but an avela? So it's different, it's a lighter iser. Rabbi Yochanan machal b'kichel behema, you get karis. Rabbi Shimon lakish machal b'kichel chaya, you don't get karis. You get malchus. Rabbi Yochanan machal b'kichel behema, avira garim, tachlis, at the end of the day, it came out into the world, and memela, it's regular chayla, it's a behema, and gets karis. Rabbi Shimon lakish amar, chal b'kichel chaya, is like a wild animal, which the chaylev of the chaya is mutter. But this one, in particular, is also why? Because it's an avela. Chadoshim Garmi. He says, no, it's the months. And once, Chadoshim, this guy never made it to full term. So Mela is Chaylev is that of a Chaylev. Igid Arian, some say the opposite. The opposite. If it didn't come to full term, the Chaylev is actually mutter. It's nothing. Another interesting story. He goes into the animal. Imam had a taiva for a piece of fat, rips a piece of fat out of a fetus that's in the mother's stomach, and it's a full-term animal. It has regular. Yeah. You ate it.
What about like that Gid Hanasha in a fetus?
So that we spoke about yesterday. It's not so awesome, according to most. Dam, yes, Gid Hanasha, not. But the question is, what Isser was he over? He's over Isser, but what? He gets karis. Why? Because a full-term animal, Chadoshim Garmi, and that's it. It's like an Avela, you don't get karis, it's Asr, but you don't get karis. Why? Chadoshim va'avira Garmi. You need two things, you need a combination. You're right, it's a 9-month baby, but it never came out to the world, so therefore, it's not considered behema. It says over there in the Braisa that when you bring a carbon, so you put on the Mizbeach, you put this stuff, yeah? There's certain parts of the animal you have to put on the Mizbeach. The chaylev, the kidneys, the fat. You see the fat on top? Okay. So, you shecht an animal, a carbon, and then you find a uber inside. The uber is like a carbon. Do you have to cut a second cut, go into the fetus, and take its kidneys and its fat out and put it on the mizbeach? You don't have to. You don't have to. You don't put it on the mizbeach. So other karbanas as well. This is beautiful, Rabbi. You'll see it's mamish nice, because he says, look, if I hold that the fetus is considered an animal, so that's why I need a pasuk to say it's an animal. So why you should put the fat on the mizbeach? Here's the mother, here's the uber. Put both fats on the mizbeach. Why are you not? No, I need a pasuk to tell me you don't. According to you, Rish Lakish, it's not considered an animal. Why? It wasn't born yet. So if it's not considered an animal, why do I need a pasuk? Don't put this fat on the mizbeach. Of course you don't put it. It's not a behemoth. Omerle, so you think it's like a checkmate. Mamish the opposite. He says, I have a checkmate from where you just told me I have a checkmate. Omerle, time in the din nami ma'acha. What do you mean? Where did I get this that it's not an animal? I got it from this pasuk. Because the pasuk says, don't put the fat of the fetus on the mizbeach, I chapped that the fetus and the mother are not one and the same. The two separate, there's no shaykhs. This is not even an animal. Omar Lei, yeah, Vikid Amri, over here, we're going to go the opposite way. Rish Lakish is going to use this against Rabbi Yochanan, not the opposite. The Brisa says that you don't bring the chaylev of the fetus onto the mizbeach. I understand why the Torah said not to. It's time of the crop, because this fetus is not considered an animal. How come, according to you, the Torah said it's aser? Omar Le, good raya, but we know this halacha that an animal who's less than 8 days old, you can't bring it as a carbon. It's an animal, but you can't bring it as a carbon. Over here also, it's an animal. You can't bring it you can't bring the chaylev on the mizbeach. It's not old enough, whatever it is. Beis Hamikdash, the whole thing. Now you can bring him as a carbon. Before that, not. Omar Rebbe Ami, Hashoichet es hatreifu matzav ben tishachai. Oh, so this is we had the machlokes, right? About if you find a full-term baby, is it a ben pakor or not? Now you find out that the mother is a treifa. Think about it. Also, a gewaldige question. When you find out that the mother is a treifa and you cannot eat the mother, What about the shechita that you performed in the mother? Does it work for the baby? You can't eat you can't eat the mother, but maybe you could eat the mother, or maybe not. Maybe if the shechita doesn't work for the mother, it doesn't work for the baby, or maybe they're not dependent. It's a good shechita. It just happens to be you can't eat the right leg, but you could eat the left leg. I don't know. Maybe they're not connected. The according to Rameir, who says that you cannot use the baby, can't eat the baby without shechita. You have to do the new shechita. So Mamela, the baby is not dependent on the mother. It's a complete different entity. Mater. What does mater mean, Rabbi Isai? With the shechita, obviously. You have to shech the baby. But if you say that that you don't have to do a shechita for the baby, it's a real ben pekua even in the 9th month, so then we have a problem here. The mother wasn't really shechted. She was shechted, but she's a treif. You can't eat her. So therefore, you can't eat the baby. The mater oiser. Rav Omar, the mater nami muter. Oh, it doesn't help. Why? Here. We'll see in a set. We'll see in the Gemara. You can't shecht it. Why? Because it's as if it doesn't have simanim. We already explained it before. We'll see in Rashi. Mamish the Yortzeh from Rashi. Hopefully we'll get to see it. Rav Amar l'divrei matanami muter. You could shecht it. Why? Arba simanim achshu beirachmana. This is a shita. Not everybody holds like this, but Rava says you have two options. You can shecht the mother and pater the baby with the same shita, or if you want, shecht the baby. Or Rav Chisda, hashoich des atreifu motzabah ben tisha. Ton shchita. You need. What happened? Oh, missed the word. Whew, imagine you get to MetLife and you can't do a scene because you didn't say the word chai. Ton shchita. You have to do shchita on the baby. V'chayav b'zroya u'l'chayim v'akeva. Let me show you a picture of what I looked like 7.5 years ago, and what my chavrusa looked like 7.5 years ago, what Leiby looked like 7.5 years ago, identical. Same yarmulke, didn't even buy a new one. Same bald head. Same trim beard. The scarf. He dropped the scarf, Baruch Hashem. What's this guy? Who's this guy? I like the haircut though, I'll tell you. So, when we shechted the animal, Baruch Hashem was not a treifa then, and I paid for it. So Mela, I got to take the zroya, l'chaim keva, in a yellow bag, and give it to my chavrusa who's married to a daughter of a kohen, Bas Kohen. She's the daughter of a kohen. And he actually gets zroya l'chaim keva till today.
I'm also married to a husband.
Did you ever get a zroya l'chaim keva?
No. You get a yellow bag?
He gets, I'm serious, in his freezer he has tongue and all these different things in there. That's, what? His brother's a shloichet, so they give it to him. So, so you have to take from the fetus, you have to give this gift to the kohen. And if the fetus died without shchita, it's tar. How's it tar? It died without shchita, because you're using the mother's shchita. So now you're dancing in two chasanas over here. Why do you have to do shchita? Because it's not a real ben pekua. Who holds it's not a ben pekua? Rameir. So if you hold like Rameir that it's not a ben pekua, then how does the shchita of the mother help it? It's impossible. You're going like Rameir and Rabbanan. Let me bring you the same exact brisa, but brought by Reb Chiel. Tamech. Oh, the Tony. Gershon, where's the clock here? Huh? Oh yeah, sponsors. Whatever. He just shut it down for me. So I'll when it goes back on. Say hello to people in the back. Oh yeah, say hello. First of all, you're not new. You're new. Who else? Who's new over here that's sitting in the back? What's your name standing up in the corner?
1 second.
Oh, Yisrael?
Moshe Willard.
Moshe? Ah, that was the guy from the. Are you the guy that sponsored the other day? No, I know. Okay, wow, we only have 5 minutes left. But we have to do sponsor for a second. Oh, no, not this. This is not my shark. Sorry, nice try. What is it called? I forgot what it was called. It's like, it is from the Mishpach of Karp, but it's not. Adar Global, the official non-corporate sponsor of the MDY League, Encore Healthcare is a sport like ask figure right now. I was going to say I'm mamish hacking and chatting about my sharks. What is this? This? You think you heard about all my stories? You heard half of them. What is? Oh, this is Zachariah. This is for last night. He actually came to the office yesterday with a bunch of, you know, Zachariah Manolan. He's one of the big stars in. Just to give him a little. Because he cuts knives. He cuts locks. He gets into. He's like you. Okay. Now you got that sugi. Okay, fine. Whatever. We gotta go weiter. Says. Oh, Tamech, so we're just going to repeat. But the difference is that this is Reb Chia. Reb Chia is the author of Brises, right? Much like the same sugi that we just learned on top of the summit, 5 lines ago. You shecht the treifa, the mother is a treifa, but you found a full-term baby inside, ton shchita, you have to shecht it. The chayv is the chayv keva, and you have to give the matanis to a kayv. But if this fetus died without shchita, it's not tamei. It's not a good ben pekul. Why? Because you world like Remeir. But if it's not tamei because you hold like Rabbanon. So how can you be like Remeir and Rabbanon? Holy kasha. That's not a good question. He didn't die afterwards. He was dead to begin with. But you are telling me a case where he's still alive now. Now we have a problem. I also could get out of this. There's 2 ways that you could shecht. You could also shecht the fetus. We hold, this mandama holds, you could also shecht the fetus. Kisol Reb Zera came to Eretz Yisrael. We had many times. When he went to Eretz Yisrael, Reb Zera went to Eretz Yisrael. Ashkecher Reb Asi the Yosef v'Kamer Leila Shmaita. Reb Asi heard Reb Zera saying this over. That what? You can shecht the mother, you can shecht the baby. You have 2 options. Omer Lei. Yishar, Rabbi Yochanan agrees with you. So if Rabbi Yochanan agrees, who argues? Who argues? Who throughout the entire Shas argues with Rabbi Yochanan? Rish Lakish. So if I tell you, oh, Rabbi Yochanan agrees with you, meaning that Rish Lakish doesn't. Michlal the Polygalari Rabbi Shimon Lakish. It's like a question. Does he argue? Says Gemara. Also fascinating. Mishav Shoyle v'Shastikle. Rish Lakish was polite. Like they teach the Chassanim today, you listen to your wife. Just hear her out all the way till she finishes. Don't interrupt. Listen. He didn't interrupt. He's waiting. Then Rabbi Yochanan finished. And then Reb Zera steps out. It was a missed opportunity. For generations upon generations, in Chullin Daf Yomi base, it's always going to say, Reb Zera doesn't know. What? Oh, no. Rav Asi heard Reb Zera saying it. Rashi says, Ashkech Rav Asi le Reb Zera. Yeah? I believe that Reb Zera was saying it. Reb Zera came to Eretz Yisrael, he was saying it. Huh? But who says over this memra? Reb Zera was saying over the memra. Reb Zera was saying over the memra.
Reb Zera asked.
No. Somebody help me out there. Look into your articles. Look. I think he made a mistake. Where?
At the end of
when Reb Zera said it over, he left Reb Zera? No.
He walked out after Reb Yochanan.
Correct.
But I thought it's Reb Zera that's saying this over. I don't know. I'm a little...
Rashi's clarifying.
Reb Zera that asked Michlal the Polygalid.
Okay, good.
Reb Zera is the one that asked this. But to who? So maybe Rav Asi was saying the whole thing. Okay, a little confusing here. The bottom line is, Rish Lakish...
No, Reb Zera said the memra.
Yeah.
And then he asked, Michlal, the Reb Shimon is Polig. Rav Asi was living there at Yisrael, right? So he said, Rav Asi said, Rabbi Yochanan said the memra, and then I stepped out. So I didn't hear if Rav responded, because usually Rish Lakish waits.
So Reb Zera saying over to Rav Asi something you already knew?
He said,
interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting. The whole thing is interesting. Fine. Vekid Amri, Mishto, the same thing. This Rish Lakish was drinking the Havashasi. Vishasik Bekitzer, whoever it was, Ravasi, they're saying Ravasi didn't hear whether or not Rish Lakish argued with Rabbi Yochanan, and therefore we will never know if there was an argument or not. We're stuck. We know what Rabbi Yochanan holds, we don't know what Rish Lakish holds. The bottom line is, you have to wait around, don't run away to get a drink or leave. You have to be patient, don't say weiter, wait until you hear, otherwise it could be a missed opportunity for the rest of your life. Says the Gemara. So check this out, in this video, maybe Gershon fast forwarded 3/4 of the way, all the way to 3/4, more. So here we have a mature bull, 5 years old, dies. He's a ben pekua. You allowed to eat it or not? Rabbi Shimon says even a 5-year-old. But what is he arguing on? Chacham say even a full-term baby. There's a big argument. According to the Tanakama, once the animal, this baby, puts his feet down on the ground, it's all over. Not midoraisa, but Gzeir D'Rabbanan, people won't know, and they'll come to eat animals without shechita. They'll do it to other animals. That's why maybe that's one of the reasons. On this Amud, you can see reasons why they stopped the ben pekua. Okay, but they don't want a farm of it. Omer Abisharishia, what?
That's the minor.
Yeah. Well, there's no chalev, there's no gira nasha, there's no treifas. The kids are. Omer Abisharishia, you're saying that there is a treifa just to speak or not? Omer Abisharishia. If you hold, then I have to be concerned about the father, who the father is. You have a wedding, you have a chasana done. The father is a ben pekua, comes from a ben pekua mishpacha. The mother comes from a regular family, and they have a baby. So now, let's think about it. If 2 ben pekuas get married, then the baby doesn't need shechita. Their offspring doesn't need shechita. What if one of them got married? One of them is a ben pekua. So it comes out that one of his simanim is pater from shechita, one is chayiv in shechita. Or every siman, 50% is not chayiv in shechita. So what do? So he says, Havlad ein lo takana. So Rashi, Zechroin Levracha, today's his yard site. Let's see what he says there. He says, beautiful, better than I explained it. He says, listen to this. Think about it. If the animal has 1 siman shechted, he's born with 1 siman shechted, so you can't shech the other siman. Why not? Shecht it. Then you'll have 2 simanim that are shechted. What's the answer? The answer is shehiyah. Shalom Aleichem in the back over there. What? You still live in Lakewood? Shalom Aleichem. Wow. Agast. He's my neighbor in Lincolnwood. Wow. Vine House, right? White House. But you should know, I know that the house part is good. The house. You still do the shear though? How long are you doing the shear? Really? Wow, kol kavod. Beautiful. Thank you. I didn't notice you the entire shear. You're sitting there quietly. Wow. Thank you for coming. Okay, so. Well, it's late. You hear this? So let's do Rashi inside. It's like this cow was born with 1 simon. Only his mother caused him to have a simon. The other one, it's already shechted. You can't do shechita in a ben pekua part, and his father's a ben pekua, so he gets 1 simon for free. You can't shecht 1 simon. Says Rashi, you can't shecht the second one. We were wondering about this for a few weeks. Zog the Gemara. When we have an animal like this, it doesn't have split hooves, and a camel, right? Ben pekua, bekol ben pekua shemuter. Why? My taima, anything that's weird, you remember, and because he has weird feet, you remember. Right now, me and Avi Kamiansky, we just started the Zichru program. We'll see how long it lasts. We're doing it for 5-6 days. It's not a raya. We have to see. We'll talk to you in a month from now, 2 months. But the whole idea is that they give you a funny picture, and pictures you remember, and in the funny picture, you tie in 3 things from the daf. And that's the idea over here. I love this Maisa. Well, it's late. This guy says, I remember Birkas HaChama. I was only 3 years old. Because when I was at Birkas HaChama, a guy came over to me and pinched me really hard and said, I want you to remember this Birkas HaChama. You like it, huh? Yeah. Okay. It could be it's not even a Maisa Shekamat Haya. One more, we'll just do 2 more lines. What are we going to do? If you have a double whammy over here, the mother has non-split hooves and the baby has not. So I wrote over here, and I went back to the shir to see it. It says over here that the Arzarua brings that Rav Sherira Goin, one of the Goinim, at his own son's chasana, brought a few animals and told Oilam, these are Bnei Pekua, took an axe, chopped their head off. Instead of shechting, chopped their head off, and barbecued them right on the spot. Why? Because it's a double, based on this Gemara, if you have 2 things that are interesting, people will not make a mistake and say, oh, you're allowed to kill an animal with an axe. Because in the middle of a chasana, and then this, whatever the 2 things, my time out, trade to me, when there's 2 weird things, interesting things, mitka the kiriinchi, people will know and remember and not make a mistake. The whole idea is that people might think that you're allowed to eat animals without shechita. When it's different, nobody will make that mistake. Rabbi Sai, have a wonderful day.
Merit the schus of spreading Torah throughout the world. Sponsor a shir today. MDYsponsor.com or sponsor at MDYDAF.com.